Toilet paper, boys. Found the secret stash. Well, I took the Firebird for a rip. Horton's on deck. I'm in the drive-thru right now, and the guy ahead of me, he's got like a giant stack on his truck. Pretty big. It's kind of nice just to drive it. It's only the second time driving it this year. So usually, I don't know, it seems kind of weird because usually you don't get the classic car out until May. But the weather's pretty good. I've seen some other classic cars out today. Saw a Ferrari. Saw a white Trans Am, 4th generation Trans Am. I saw him park it and put a for sale sign on it. I don't know if that's good or not, but it's kind of a nice day. It's overcast, but it's warm and dry. The alignment's not 100%. Or maybe I clocked the steering wheel, maybe I clocked it in the wrong position. But it's kind of nice that I can just hop in this car and just go. I think it's actually a little bit better than my daily car for a cruiser. The cruiser's better than my daily car. Toilet paper, boys. Found the secret stash. I got a dead bug in my grill already. That's in the hood grills. So I guess they're functional, I guess they're working. Getting bugs caught in there. Well, I had a nice little drive, and I noticed that there's some bugs in the grill, bugs on the license plate. Mosquitoes are flying around and flies are flying around today, so it must be springtime, I guess. I'm gonna hook up this OBD2 reader so I can plug it into the scanner and see if there's anything exciting going on here. Last fall I had a P0300 code for random multiple misfire. I just got this so it plugs into my C100 plug from the factory truck harness, and there's a ground here that plugs into the engine, and there's a positive wire that hooks up somewhere here too to my ignition. So when I turn the key on, it gives power to the OBD2 readers. You know, there's another power wire here somewhere. Oh, there it is. These are just factory spade connectors, so they just plug in with a flat connector. Now I can plug in this. I really should put one of these under the dash. It's only one wire, one communication wire. The power and ground wires I can get them from inside of the cabin. So I should probably put this under the dash. There is one under the dash, but it's like an OBD1 plug or something. It's a really old style. This is OBD2. So I'll turn the key on and it should come alive. She's a good cruiser though. She took her for a drive and she cruised pretty good. It comes up as a 2002 Chevy truck, 4x4. My computer is from a 2002 Chevy truck and the harness. So it comes up as a 2002. 8 codes. Okay then. As long as, I think they're all transmission codes. Evap. P0443, P0449, evap. This car doesn't have evap. It has a ventilated fuel tank. Evap emission switch, evap emission pressure, torque converter, clutch circuit. So I'm getting codes for the evap and for the electronic transmission, but that's fine, because this car does not have an electronic transmission. It has a 700R4, and it also has no evap. So I've got a bunch of codes, but there's no misfire code, so that's good. TCC, TFP, shift solenoid A, evap, purge, evap, vent, evap, system pressure, torque converter clutch, shift solenoid A, shift timing. Yeah, so that's good. That means there's no random misfire anymore. I think it was the O2 sensors and the lack of pipe behind the sensors. I've got a little bit of pipe behind the sensors now, and not 100% sure about the injectors. One of them was dead, so I had to change one. I did change the fuel rail because I wanted a return line. I might just do away with that this year. I might go back to the stainless steel fuel rail and no return line. I don't see any reason for a return line on a high pressure system. And this engine originally had no return line on it. It had the stainless steel returnless system. So I might go back to that. But there's good news. The good news is there's no misfire code. That's good. I think it could lay down the power a little bit better. It's got no posi, and the transmission is a little bit low on fluid, but I think if I had a posi, I think she would lay down the power a little bit better. Stored codes, evap, system purge, evap system vent, evap system pressure, torque converter clutch. That has to do with the computer is looking for the electronic transmission. It's looking for the 4L60, but it's not there. I have a 700 R4 transmission with a kickdown cable, so it's giving me codes for the electronic transmission, but I don't have that. It's not plugged in, and that's why I'm not getting, or that's why I'm getting error codes. But the P0300 I had before, I had random multiple misfire. It's gone. There is no P0300 there anymore, and I think that's because the exhaust is it's got more length after the sensors. Previously, when I got rid of that code, I unplugged the O2 sensors, but everything's plugged in now. All the sensors are plugged in, and seems to be good. I do have like a to-do list of things to do on this car, but it's kind of nice just to drive it while it's mobile. So I took it out for a drive today and got some groceries, and I found some toilet paper. All the toilet paper aisles are pretty much empty, but I found a pack of toilet paper, so I got a pack of that just in case shit gets serious. Figure might as well get it while it's available. And I want, on the list of things to do, I wanted to take the rear end apart, and I wanted to double check the brake shoes on the rear, and I wanted to either weld the diff or put a posi in, one or the other. Something. I've got an urge to put a 4th gen rear end in it. Then I might not need the spacers. 4th gen's a little bit wider, but I only have one 4th gen rear end in the 95 Firebird, and it's not a posi either. So maybe I'll just put a posi 3rd gen rear end in it, or maybe I'll just change the carrier. Maybe I'll just weld her up. Look at the mud and rust. Oh yeah. I wanted to paint the brake booster, or change the brake booster, do something about that. I think you can use 4th gen brake booster as well. A lot of 4th gen parts will fit, like the rear end and the brake booster. Some of the 4th gen rear ends have disc brakes. And I can't remember what else is on the list of things to do, but there is a list of things to do. I've legitimately considered deleting this hatch glass, just removing the hatch completely, make it like an El Camino, leave it open in the back. But with the weather and having no garage to park it in, I'm not sure that's a good idea, because I don't really want any rain getting in there. Took the headliner out, and I was going to restore it, so I might end up doing that. It is on the list of things to do, but it's not on the list of priorities or anything like that. It's not high priority. I might just stick a Dynamat. You can get little Dynamat, like a little square chunk, and stick it here, and it stops the... Ooh, that's hot. Anyway, you can stick a little Dynamat here and there, and usually they only put like a small piece per panel, so if I put one small piece there, it might stop the echoes. And there's no radio in the car, and the window tint is not great. There's still things to do. I could change the glass. I thought about putting a remote keyless, these doors have powered locks, so I thought about putting a remote keyless kit on it, and then I can just use an aftermarket kit with a key fob and unlock the doors. That would be pretty cool. And I don't even know. there's things to do. They're just not, yeah, they're not emergency right now. I kind of lost my mojo a little bit. I don't know if it's because it's doomsday or having no garage to work in. It'd be nice to have a dry spot to get it up on a hoist or get it up on a concrete floor, up on a, I don't know. So yeah, I'm kind of sick of rolling around in the dirt and rolling around in the mud, and it's not really, not even summer weather yet, really. It's only April. It's April and the car is running and driving, so that's kind of nice. And if I rip the rear end apart, I'm not sure how long it would take, or what, if I have the parts that it needs, or yeah, I'm not too sure. I might do some retrofits on the lights. I might put some LED headlights in it or something. I'm not too sure about the radio. I was gonna put a tablet up here, but it would probably have to be like a removable tablet, like just held in with magnets or something. Make it removable, because this car only gets driven occasionally, pretty much. And then I could have my gauges on the tablet like I've done before, like I've shown before in previous videos. Got the floor mats pretty muddy. Everything's pretty muddy right now. Mud. So I've got the electric fans from the 95 Firebird, and I've got a separate little electric fan relay fuse box from the 2005 Suburban. And it just, all it needs is a ground signal to activate the fans, the electric fans, the trigger. So I've got that toggle switch hooked up to the ground, and I flip it and it activates the relay, and then the fans come on. But I can do that with a temperature switch. I could put a temperature switch, something like that. That's a temperature sending unit right there, temperature sensor. So I could put one of those somewhere, and I could use it to ground out the relay, trigger the relay when it gets up to temperature. Then I don't need the toggle switch. But that's not on the list of priorities. That's on the list of things to do, but I'd have to do some research and find out which type of temperature switch I can use. I did it on the 87 Firebird with the LT1 swap. I did it on that car, so it would turn off and on automatically. But that car had 2 temperature switches. I think this car only has 1, and I think it's actually a sensor, not a switch. So I'd have to look into that, but I think I've got it figured out. I know it's like different colors, and the electric fans run off a toggle switch, and yeah, I know it's a whip. It's a work in progress. She's a whip, but it runs and drives, so it's kind of nice to just drive it while it's mobile. Just enjoy it. Because these project cars are never truly finished, I think. You're always wanting to do something. You always want to increase this or double that, or yeah. Guys always want more power, more this, more that.